What is up, guys? It's Creon. I'm going to be making some videos of video tutorials following the Modcraft tutorials on the forum page. This is, you have to have permission in order to see this, but it's getting started the Modcraft tutorial. Well, I've decided to make video tutorials of them for people that cannot, well, actually for people that don't want to read. But so basically, all this says is that uh, while modding is challenging, uh, it's better if you read. Um, and then yeah, and then here goes the formatting. So if whenever you see this, that means that it'll be a command you do. The user will carry out the command after these two arrows, and the user is you. So you would go and open your door and get out of if the sun is shining. And then this is to a file path or a folder path, depending on what we're looking for. But these paths, most of the time, will start out with C, which, as you can see right here, if I go to my computer, let me put this over here, my local disk is named C. And that is the drive that my paths will usually start at. So this is a file path inside of an application, such as this application right here, as we have file, and then we have all these various things we could go to. So say file, we'll go to just exit, actually, just file and exit. And I mean, that's basically it for this, and this is what a code block will look like. So I mean, if you see lines of code, this is what it looks like. So don't be alarmed at that. Well, now we're off to the overview of how the modding actually works. There's this big chart right here. If you guys want to look at that, just pause the video. It's a big chart showing how it works. That will actually help you understand a little bit. And then this is telling you where all the data for your WoW client is stored, which is obviously in the data folder. I'll show you right now. I'll simply go in here and data, and as you can see, there's all these files, and then there's more. This is where all the data will be stored, and this is actually where you will make patches that hook into your client, so you can have the custom content you created in them. Anyways, that's a little further in the tutorial. Right now, we're going to talk about the different file types. A BLP is Blizzard's picture format. It's basically it's an image format that was made by Blizzard for their games. These you can edit. It's actually quite simple. You just have to convert them to PNGs, edit them, and change them back. That's for people that want to do model editing mostly. People that are really going to focus on maybe running a WoW server or doing cool changes to things, maybe putting some special items or things in their server would really focus on the DBC files. Those are a big part of a server and your client. Lua is a script that is read. It defines actions for your user interface, things of that sort. XML is actually what places all of the elements, such as your UI and your images and things like that. I wouldn't say that you deal with XML that much, but I mean, you may, now and again. The next big one would definitely have to be M2s. These, if you plan on doing model editing, I mean, basically anything. If you plan on doing custom worlds, anything like that, you'll always be dealing with M2s. So they're a big part of what's going to happen in this tutorial. The skin format is just the information for M2s, texture information. Basically, that's it. So that's what you'll edit for the textures of M2s. And then you have WMOs, which they're world objects, but unlike M2s, they are bigger. Things such as houses and such in World of Warcraft are WMOs instead of M2s. I mean, like as it says here, the Stormwind is a giant WMO, and Death Mine. Then I mean things such as that. An ADT is it's basically a map tile. You can have 64 by 64 tiles. Those are just small squares inside of the actual ADT. This is a big part of actually working with terrain editing and such with custom worlds, things of that sort. And a WDT is basically the file that tells where ADTs exist. I mean, this is really a very important file, as you have to set this up and make sure you have your ADTs where you need them before you can basically start doing anything. So we'll get on to learning about all these files later on. A WDL, it's a height map of the ADTs. I really haven't looked into that much. I probably should. Then WAV and MP3, I'm sure everybody is familiar with these file formats. These are for music, things of that sort, sounds, anything like that. Now, we're going to go down to the DBC editing section. DBC, they're data files, they contain information. They're basically for client server data, and they look like just little tables. I'll actually show you what they look like right here, as it won't take too long to open this up. Right here, file, and we're just gonna go to. Actually, I think I have a test server set up that I can pull some DBC files from and show you. Yes, I do, right here. And core. So we're gonna go open up the map.dbc. It's one that I'm pretty familiar with, and you see all this. It's basically like an Excel table. It stores a lot of information about the zones. If you was gonna get into any type of custom content creation, this is basically where it comes down to most people maybe messing up in the slightest way. It can get real confusing sometimes. It just depends. After a while, you kind of get the hang of it. The first time, it is sort of complicated, but you get the hang of how to fix the files, and if anything goes wrong, you know how to look it up, things like that. Well, we're gonna have to carry on. So, we've already done all this. You guys have seen what it looks like. Open the map.dbc. Yes, okay. If you want to learn more about the DBC files, which I highly suggest you do, you should check out this website. It's really, it's really worth a look if you're stuck or you don't understand how some of the DBC files work. It's helped me out quite a bit, actually. So if you feel like you really want to get into the DBC editing, you should check this out. We're gonna go ahead and move on to the tutorial materials. This is a must for this whole entire tutorial series. This file right here, the WoW modding, it supplies you. I actually can pull it up real quick. It's basically all of these tools right here. and it may look like a lot, but most of them are almost necessities in what you're going to be doing. Um, I mean, it's you really need to get this file. If you don't, I mean, you could go bits and pieces by getting all of the files you needed from the Modcraft forums by going to resources and tools. All of those are here. So I mean, if you want to get them that way, but it's really it's really recommended that if you plan on following the video series, you get this. I mean, it's 23 megabytes, so it shouldn't be that big of a deal. But anyways, once you get that, you can actually set up your files like mine if you want. Mine are organized to my liking. I basically put all mine within my C drive instead of just putting them in one of these folders I made my own. It really keeps everything away from the rest of your computer, so you don't lose any work, or it's just all right here. It's really nice this way. So I mean, yeah, that's about it. This right here tells about each tool. I may do videos on them. Most of them are pretty simple to understand. I mean, the best part about editing in WoW is basically trial and error. Like doing things by yourself is a great way to learn. It really will help. That's how I learned. And I mean, I'm really pretty well at doing things as of WoW. Model editing now. So I mean, this is telling you how to set up your environment. You've already got a good look at maybe how I done it. And now this has to do with extracting your MPQs for Nogget and Model Viewer to read. Basically, what it's saying is, if you want to open up Nogget, which is a map editing program, or WoW Model Viewer, which allows you to view the models within your the WoW data files. If you open those up on the same the same MPQ file, you have a very good chance of actually corrupting that file and it going bad. So it's really your best off if you do like me and you have a World of Warcraft that has all of your modded files. As you can see, I have the patch 4, and then I have all of these files, and then you have just a regular normal one, which I mean you can hearing about I put modded files in it to test them out, maybe stuff that I've done. I don't want to interfere with my main work, seeing as how this one is connected to my Marum. And I really don't want to, mix anything up with that work, as that is work that, you put a lot of time on. You don't want to mess anything up. So, I mean, this is telling you, what all you should do. And this is actually where they have extracted the files from the DBC. This will show you, all the data, if you wanted to extract models, to do model edits, things like that. Right now, I am not going to skip setting up a local Trinity test server, as this is very important for editing. I mean, if you don't have a test server, then you better hope you have a really nice friend that's willing to, let you, edit with his server, and then not only do that, but then actually go and, he's willing to let other people download your MPQ file in order for them to go to that area. So, it's best if you have your own. Almost any computer can run this, so I mean, don't think it's any big deal. You'll need this. It's definitely gonna be a big help. This has all your server info, so you won't have to compile it or anything like that. Because I've compiled servers before. It requires a lot of programs, and for some people, a lot of time. So it's just best if you get that. And this right here is going to show you how to start your server. I don't actually go by this, as I compile my own. But for information on this, just come read this section right here. I mean, it's not that big of a deal. That's not a lot of text. So just come read this. Now we're going to, start off to our island in Nugget. This is actually going to be the end of this section, as I'm going to actually do Nugget tutorials after this for you guys to see. So it's not really just bland, looking at this page, me talking about it. I'm actually going to, go in, get hands-on with it, show you guys what you can do and what can really be accomplished with, Nugget. So, thanks for watching. The other videos will be up for you guys to watch. I'll have links to them. This is going to be a video posted on, the forums here. So I may not put the download links for the YouTube. So if you guys want to get the download links, I'll put the link in the description of the YouTube video to the actual Modcraft link. Thanks for watching. See you guys later. And I'll have more tutorials for you in the future.